Kanye West and Jeffree Star, the rumors just got real.
Usually the things that I like the most are controversial to other people.
Y'all, the internet is shaking right now. Real footage of Kanye West and Jeffree Star together has finally surfaced, and it's not looking good for Kanye or his reputation. People have been whispering about this for years, but now that there's actual proof and Jeffree is finally speaking up about what really happened, things just got a whole lot more serious. Kim Kardashian, Kanye's ex, is reportedly done with all the chaos he keeps dragging into their lives. This isn't just some TikTok rumor or another meme to scroll past. This time, it's real. Let's unpack everything, because the internet—
You know, it's hard. It's like co-parenting. It's really hard, you know? And like,
you're not co-parenting with just anyone.
yeah.
Or the quiet.
has not stopped talking about it since this clip dropped. Kanye's downward spiral. For a while now, Kanye has been making headlines, but not for music or fashion. It's been one controversy after another. Whether it's his strange political rants, public breakdowns, or showing up in questionable outfits, remember that Nazi-inspired look? He's been acting more unpredictable than ever. People who once defended him are now backing away, saying they just can't keep supporting his behavior. Now, with this new video of Kanye and Jeffree Star out in Wyoming, people are seriously questioning what's going on behind the scenes. The video doesn't just show them hanging out. Their body language? Super intimate. The way they're interacting? Definitely not just a casual meetup. It's giving something more. And get this. Jeffree Star, for the first time ever, actually confirmed that the rumors were true. No cryptic hints, no vague tweets, just straight up honesty. He and Kanye had something going on. This isn't new, but it's different. Now you might remember back in 2021 when this rumor first popped up online. It started as a weird TikTok trend and most people laughed it off. Even Jeffree joined in on the joke, kind of hinting that something happened but never outright saying it. So it faded into internet myth territory. But now it's different. We've got real footage, we've got a confession. And when you start connecting the dots with things Kanye's been rapping about lately, especially the more personal, emotional stuff, things start to—
So Jeffree Star did sleep with Kanye West? Let's talk about that and more involving the very popular and problematic influencer.
line up a little too well. It's like all these random pieces are suddenly forming a full picture. What about Kim? Let's not forget that all of this reportedly went down while Kanye was still married to Kim Kardashian. That makes the whole thing even messier. Fans are now revisiting that infamous photo of Kim crying in the car next to Kanye. At the time, no one really knew why she was so upset. Sure, we've seen her cry—
I guess allegedly Jeffree Star has been sleeping with Kanye West, and that's why they're getting a divorce. Goodbye.
on reality TV, but this was different. This was raw and real. Now, people believe that could have been the exact moment she found out about Kanye and Jeffree. Look at that picture again, and you'll see what people are talking about. The tension, the sadness, it's all there. And if she did just learn that her husband was allegedly having an affair, not just with anyone, but with Jeffree Star, who's also one of the internet's most controversial figures. Yeah, no wonder she was devastated. Digging deeper, this might not be a one-time thing, and here's where things take an even wilder turn. People are pulling up old receipts, past videos, and interviews suggesting this might not have been a one-time thing for Kanye. There have been rumors for years about his unusually close relationships with other men in the industry, including the late fashion designer Virgil Abloh. Some fans even believe there's something going on between Kanye and Diddy, especially since Kanye still supports him, even when the rest of the entertainment world has cut ties. Is Kanye just being loyal to friends, or—
You okay?
Not okay.
or is there something deeper going on? That's what people are starting to question. Azealia Banks drops. Some explosive claims enter Azealia Banks. Now, she's always been a controversial figure herself. Love her or hate her, she's known for spilling insider tea that often turns out to be true, even if it sounds wild at first. And this time, she may have just gone too far, or told too much. Not long.
It sucks, you know, when someone doesn't see how different they are. You'll always, like, hope that you'll see a glimpse of them. And, like, I hope I do.
Long ago, Azealia made some jaw-dropping claims about Kanye. She said he and Virgil Abloh weren't just collaborators, they were lovers. Then, she casually claimed that Elon Musk had an intimate moment with Kanye while he was under the influence. And she didn't stop there. She said Kanye might even appear on one of Diddy's infamous party tapes, the ones people whisper about, but no one dares to confirm publicly. That alone would have been enough to break the internet. But Azealia kept going. She mentioned reactions from huge celebrities like Jay-Z, Donald Trump, Travis Scott, and Drake. The things she said they allegedly said or did in response? Honestly, it's like something straight out of a twisted Hollywood movie. Even if you take her claims with a grain of salt, what she's implying about Kanye's private life and sexuality is making people rethink everything they thought they knew about him. People have joked about this for years. Let's be real. Rumors about Kanye being into some pretty unusual stuff in the bedroom have been around for a while. For the longest time, people just treated it as a joke, some kind of bizarre celebrity kink. It was just part of his eccentric persona. No one took it that seriously. But now, with Jeffree's confirmation and Azealia's claims, those old jokes are starting to feel like clues. And unfortunately, it doesn't end there. Kanye's lyrics about his cousin spark outrage.
That was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
If all of that wasn't enough, Kanye recently dropped a song that took things from weird to deeply disturbing. In a track reportedly titled Cousins, Kanye confesses to doing something sexual with his cousin when they were both kids. Some sources say it started when he was as young as 7, while others claim it happened when he was 14. No matter the age, it's horrifying. He even admitted in the song that his cousin was younger than him. Fans were shocked, confused, and disgusted. Even his most loyal supporters are now saying this isn't art, it's trauma. On top of the song, Kanye posted a long explanation online. He talked about how they were both exposed to adult content at a young age. He said he blamed himself for showing his cousin those magazines, and that the cousin eventually ended up in prison for killing a pregnant woman. Kanye shared all this in a post on X, formerly Twitter, revealing details no one was prepared for. Here's a part of what he wrote. This song called Cousin is about my cousin who's locked up for killing a pregnant lady. A few years after, I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Maybe in my messed up head I felt it was my fault for exposing him to that stuff when he was 6. My name is Yeah, and I sucked my cousin. That last line, it sent shockwaves across social media. People didn't know whether to believe it, be horrified, or feel heartbroken. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just drama, it's trauma. And Kanye is clearly still carrying a lot of pain. Where do we go from here? It's hard to say what's real, what's exaggerated, and what's just rumors anymore. But one thing is clear. Kanye West is dealing with something far deeper than anyone realized. Whether it's unresolved childhood trauma, identity struggles, or the pressure of fame, something is unraveling. Kim Kardashian may have seen it coming long before the rest of us did. And if she had to deal with all of this in private while the world watched her every move, no wonder she finally walked away. As for Kanye, only time will tell what the truth really is, but the internet isn't going to forget this anytime soon. Look, I don't know about you, but if I had a secret this dark, I'd probably keep it buried forever. This isn't the kind of thing you talk about in a rap song or casually post online. It's painful, it's heavy, and honestly, it sounds traumatic. No metaphor can really cover it up, no matter how clever the lyrics. And even more importantly, what if the family member he talked about wasn't ready for the world to know? That's the kind of personal info that can damage someone for life. But sadly, in today's world, nothing stays serious for long, especially not on the internet. People take everything and turn it into a joke, no matter how sensitive it is. After that particular Kanye song dropped, people flooded social media with memes and GIFs, turning what seemed like a real confession into comedy. One meme even showed a clip of someone quickly leaving a house, joking that it was Kanye leaving his cousin's house. It's disturbing how fast people twist serious stuff into punchlines. And while some of Azealia Banks' claims about Kanye might have sounded wild at first, when you line them up next to things Kanye himself has said in interviews or rapped about, it starts to feel like there's more truth to it than people want to admit. The story just keeps growing and going in directions no one ever saw coming. Say what you want about Kanye West, he's unpredictable, outrageous, and often controversial. But it's hard to deny that his life story is painfully complex. Behind the headlines, viral moments, and outbursts, there's a man who seems deeply hurt. He's dealing with things many of us couldn't imagine going through, and he's doing it all with the world watching and judging his every move. Everything changed for Kanye after his mother, Donda West, passed away. That loss seemed to break something inside him. It's like the version of Kanye who was grounded, driven, and focused died with her. Since then, it's been a roller coaster of breakdowns, erratic behavior, and a non-stop identity crisis playing out for millions to see. His actions have gone from shocking to outright concerning, and it's hard to find anything positive in his recent public appearances. And let's not pretend this all came out of nowhere. Kanye's childhood wasn't smooth. He grew up around emotional confusion, possibly toxic environments, and maybe even deeply inappropriate experiences. When someone grows up like that, surrounded by dysfunction, it changes them forever. Those early memories don't just stay in the past, they shape everything. How you love, how you trust, and how you see yourself. The human brain, especially when young, is still growing. So if a child goes through emotional trauma or disturbing experiences, it's like their entire way of thinking gets rewired. It's not just pain, it's a reshaping of identity. That's why people shouldn't just brush off Kanye's issues with jokes and memes. If you've ever gone through something at a young age that was too much for you to handle, you know how long it can haunt you. It doesn't just go away. Now imagine adding fame, constant pressure, and millions of eyes watching. Every move you make to that mix, that's not a recipe for success. It's a recipe for disaster. And that's kind of where Kanye is right now. Here's where things get even more confusing. Kanye has always been someone who thrives off controversy. He knows how to keep people talking, even if it's for the wrong reasons. So when rumors about him and Jeffree Star resurfaced, and suddenly Jeffree confirmed them, people were shocked. After all the years of denying it, now Kanye's just letting it sit out in the open? Even stranger, Jeffree added fuel to the fire by tweeting something like, "Okay, fine, the rumors are true," complete with a creepy little emoji. Kanye didn't deny it. In fact, he leaned in harder, releasing songs and content that seemed to suggest he was going through some deep personal confusion. It's like he doesn't care anymore, like he's just putting his entire internal battle out there for the world to see. Some fans think this might all be a setup, that he's preparing to release a new album or project and is trying to stir up attention. But let's be honest, Kanye is already a household name. He doesn't need drama to sell music. If anything, this just shows he's struggling with how to deal with everything going on inside him. And yet, instead of people having empathy, they made his sexuality the big headline. But that's not the story here. The real story is that Kanye still seems like that hurt little boy, confused, lost, and desperate for answers. Fame didn't heal him. It only made his pain louder. And for a lot of artists, pain is the thing that fuels their creativity. It doesn't make it right, but it makes it understandable. One person on Twitter summed it up perfectly. They said, "I don't care if Kanye's gay or bi or whatever. What bothers me is he cheated on his wife and made Nazi comments. That man needs real help." Another comment said, "I feel so bad for his kids. Imagine watching your dad fall apart in front of the whole world." And someone else wrote, "Bro, get help. We're literally watching a man destroy himself in real time." And honestly, they're not wrong. That's what's happening. Kanye has been unraveling publicly for years now. And while people used to blame Kim Kardashian for their breakup, it's becoming clearer that Kanye's own struggles were a huge part of the problem. Sure, Kim may regret being with him now, especially because they're connected forever through their kids. But Kanye has recently said he regrets it even more. In an interview with DJ Academics, Kanye admitted he never wanted to have kids with Kim. He actually said he regrets getting her pregnant. That's a heartbreaking thing to hear, not just for Kim, but especially for their children, who are old enough now to understand some of what's going on. So yes, Kanye might be hurting, but it also seems like he's hurting everyone around him in the process. It's not just sad, it's toxic. And while the internet keeps making memes and cracking jokes, those of us who have lived through silent pain or hidden trauma know the truth. None of this is funny. For people who have ever had to heal from something, they couldn't even say out loud, watching Kanye's story unfold feels way too real. It's not about fame, it's not about clout. It's about someone who desperately needs help but keeps pushing it away or drowning it in controversy. So the next time you see a meme or a tweet making fun of Kanye, maybe pause and think about the person behind all the chaos. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just entertainment. This is a man's life, and it's falling apart in front of all of us. Let me know what you think about all this. Is Kanye just being Kanye, or are we witnessing something way more serious?